Well, Robert has been busy with his law practice, and he's obviously a very big family lawyer and, very, very busy all the time. So he's been quite caught up with that. But I think he's done a very good job raising his daughter, Morgan. He's very close with her. And now, Robert and Giselle are expecting a baby. So we get to see what it's like for Giselle to be a new mom. And also raising a teenage daughter, and what happens when your daughter goes from, a little girl to a tween to a teen, and we get to experience that. And Giselle is really certainly challenged. And, I think that Giselle really wants to grow. I mean, Robert, again, has gotten set in his ways. He's fine living in New York City. Yes, their apartment's a little cramped, but things have changed. And I think Giselle really takes it to heart. She wants things to be as special as they can be. So she realizes that she needs to change things in their family, and moving to the suburbs and growing and living in a house and having something like organic growth happen. So Robert, I think what's great about him in this second movie is he's way more accepting of understanding that Giselle really has good intuition. Giselle really does have a great point of view, and they bond over it, and he's willing to support her in wanting to make this move. And I think it's great to see that this married couple has progressed. They are in love, and he's very supportive of what Giselle wants to do. I think that the character of Giselle was a very relatable one. I think, that Robert's character was very relatable to a lot of people who saw the movie, but I think mostly the movie really entertained on so many levels. Song and dance, the great music that Schwartz and Macon created for the first movie. I think the fact that, the music has been the thing that has always, been recognized about Enchanted as being so special. And I think we had a really great story. I mean, Susan Sarandon was terrific. I mean, Patrick and Amy were amazing. I think that, what James Marsden did with the Prince was wonderful. And I think we were very fortunate to have Adina in that first movie, see her character grow so much. And, I think that's why there was a great need for a sequel, to see what happened to these characters. Where did they go? How did they grow? So, at the end of Enchanted, Jimmy and Adina just disappear into a manhole, and where are they? What are they doing? What's happening in Andalasia? So in the sequel, we really wanted to bring Andalasia to the forefront, which is why so much happens in the middle of the movie in Andalasia. Well, we're very fortunate in the development of the movie to think about a really great character that would be the new villain, because in the first movie, it's very hard to top Nerissa, played by Susan Sarandon. So we had to think about what would be the greatest challenge for Giselle moving to suburbia. And that is that mom that controls the town, who wants to remain in control of the town, and what would happen to her if she was involved in a fairy tale? How does she grow and change? So Malvina's character is a real challenge to Giselle, and Maya Rudolph was like such a phenomenal addition to this movie, because in Disenchanted, Maya Rudolph gets to really challenge Giselle from day one. And then when Giselle makes her wish, well, then we get to see Malvina grow into a full witch, and then it's game on. Patrick Dempsey, again, like he's progressed from the first movie in Robert's character, but, he's embraced Giselle completely. He wants everything to be as good for the family as possible. And so he's willing to make that leap and go into suburbia and take on a whole new reality. It was so great to put this whole team of characters back together. But the growth that we have with having Yvette and having Jema, play these sidekicks to Maya's character, just they play so well together. They're so organically a great team, because they are all three of them are so good with improv comedy that they play so well as a unit throughout the movie, and each one of them individually has so many great moments for comedy in the movie. I just want to say that Megan and Schwartz did such a great job with the music on this movie, and I think that it was such a great opportunity to see Idina Menzel be able to sing, and see her character, come to life through Love Power when Jimmy and Idina bring the wand. It's so great to watch them play. Well, it's a hard job to step into the, midway development of a movie and sort of be able to shape it. And so Adam brought Richard LaGravenese onto the project, who was a great writer and phenomenal credits, and the ability for the three of us to meet and talk and try to shape what the future of the movie would be was just a great opportunity. Adam Shankman's the perfect director for Disenchanted because he brings with him a rich history of understanding comedy, dance, music, and Disney. So he was able to fully envelop the movie with all of his skills and talents to develop it from script to screen. And I watched Adam work, just for example, when we first got to Ireland for 7 weeks, just doing the choreography, focused 100%, working before that with Menken and Schwartz on all the music and seeing how the music would progress character and concept so well. So for us, it was remarkable to watch Adam put all of those pieces together. I would go sometimes to rehearsals and watch Adam work, and it was remarkable whether he was choreographing 2 dancers, 1 dancer, or 150 dancers. He had so much focus and so much ability, and he knew when things were right, things needed to be better, and he was always shaping and reshaping and always willing to break it apart and put it back together again. Adam was the perfect director for this movie. You know, it is remarkable to, when you start developing a movie and you go from script to now the practicality of having to make the movie work. So we were very fortunate to bring onto the movie Dan Henna, who's a brilliant production designer. And when Dan and Adam would first talk, we would say, wouldn't it be great if we could find this special town and we didn't have to build it? And maybe we could use some of that building on other things and really focus our resources. So we searched and searched high and low when we were very fortunate to be shooting in Ireland. In Ireland, the backdrop of the country was so the right backdrop for Disenchanted. But we were very lucky to find this little town called Enniskerry. And Enniskerry became our town. And it was our town that they first drive into, and it's our town that transforms into the fairy tale town of Monroeville. So Monroeville is our town that we start with, and Monrelasia is the town that it becomes. And we were very lucky to find this great little town called Enniskerry in Ireland that's not far from Dublin. And the town just was the perfect sort of town to have the movie work within. It wasn't a square, it was a circle. It wasn't flat, it had hills. It had some beautiful period buildings that looked like a Disney fairy tale. And as a matter of fact, all around it are these historical buildings and gardens that just speak to, you know, what this movie is. So we were very fortunate to find the town of Enniskerry.